I am Jean Baptiste Maurice de Chantillon. I was born in Chantillon, France in 1739, moved to Quebec, Canada in the early 1740s, and then moved to Kaskaskia, where I served in the French Army and was stationed at Fort de Chart. I met my wife, Marie. She was from Kaskaskia. We moved to the Old Town St. Genevieve, and then around the 1780s, the river started causing the bank to cave in, and the town started to fall into the river. So then we moved over here around 1784. Marie and I had around 9 kids, and 5 of them died before they reached adulthood. I'm a master carpenter, and I go around towns, and if you look on top of the old buildings, or the buildings here in town, you'll see these wooden shingles, or we call them shakes. The shakes that are on top of the roofs are made out of cedar. Well, you know, if you look at the shakes on top of the roof, there are just thousands of them. I mean, it depends on the house. Whenever you do that, then there's usually a community project when you make shakes for a house. Yeah, what you see here, you only see about maybe 6 inches at the most, and then you have about 12 inches underneath that, and they're like a wedge. They're made so that the water runs down off of them. That's what this is really for. We would take a froe, and we would use a froe to split the wood up into manageable blocks, and then I would make the shakes out of that. But Mom here today making spokes for a wheel, and this is called a Chevalet de Façonnage, which means shaving horse in English. And how it operates is, this basically acts as a vise. And I would take like one of these spokes that I'm working on and stick it in there, take the feet, put it in there like that, and then that allows me to use my tools. One of the tools that I use is called a plan ordinaire, or we call it a draw knife, and it operates basically like this. You just take it, and that's what this is for. The shaving horse, or the cheval, the rissage holds it in place as I trim it down. Once I get it to the point where I like it, then I would bring out what we call spoke knives, which basically lets you to work on take out smaller pieces of wood. It's the same concept. You can tell that it's a little bit, you just take it like this, hold it with your thumbs like that. And once I get to a certain point, then I would just take this here. This is called a scraper or a scraper, and it's the same concept, but instead of pulling off big chunks of wood like this, you can hear it working. If you get that sound, you know it's working right. And what it's doing is, it's acting like what we use today is sandpaper. And the lighter you go, the smoother it makes it. Once I get that to where I want, and then I'm done with it, I take it out. Another thing that I would do as a carpenter in town, I would set up, people would bring me things to either fix or to repair or build furniture for them. This here is an axe handle, or I beg your pardon, tomahawk handle. Same concept. You can hear that kind of like a grinding noise almost. That means that it's really doing its job. And like I said, again, this is a tomahawk handle. shavings because we can always use them for tinder to help start a fire or for making bedding or whatever. So like, once I get it that handle where I want it, can I grab my scraper? There's always work for a carpenter. It's San Genevieve. And what holds this in is this little wooden wedge right here. And when the wedge gets a little bit loose, then you have to kind of readjust everything. What I do is I will need 10 of these spokes to complete my wheel that I'm repairing. And this here is getting really close. I got a rough spot right there. The reason I'm going a different way now is because I'm going with the grain of the wood. If you go with the grain of the wood, it doesn't scar so bad. Just plowing out in there, you can take deep cuts, or you can take really shallow cuts. You can tell it's really sharp because when it curls it up like that there, then that means it's sharp enough to work with. Otherwise, it's not really a good thing. And you use this thing two different ways, the plowing ordinaire or the do it like that there, take off a little bit. All right. You can take it like this here. You start working on a piece of wood like this here, you want to kind of work on the corners. And then you can take it on the top. You try to do the whole thing like that at the same time, it won't really get to where you want it to be. It's a lot easier on you to do it like this here. Merci beaucoup for coming and learning a little bit about what I, as a carpenter, or Carpentier in Saint-Geneviève, does on working on small items in his house or on his back porch. And it's a great place to learn if you want to learn things. I mean, learn how to become a carpentier. Then look me up. I'm always taking apprentices.